Lily was a curious little girl who loved exploring the woods behind her house. One day, as she wandered deeper than ever before, she discovered a shimmering golden feather lying on a mossy rock. The moment she touched it, a soft voice whispered, "You have found the feather of wishes. Speak your heart's desire, and it shall be granted." Lily's eyes sparkled with excitement. "I wish to go on a magical adventure," she declared. In an instant, a swirl of golden light surrounded her, and she found herself in a breathtaking land of floating islands, rainbow waterfalls, and talking animals. A wise old owl named Orlin fluttered toward her. "Welcome, young traveler. You must be here to help us. The crystal of light, which keeps our world bright, has been stolen by the shadow sorcerer. Without it, darkness will consume our land." Determined to help, Lily held the golden feather tightly and followed Orlin to the enchanted forest. Along the way, she met a tiny dragon named Flare, who could breathe sparkles instead of fire, and a mischievous fox named Finn, who could turn invisible. Together, they ventured into the shadow sorcerer's lair, a towering castle wrapped in swirling mist. Inside, the shadow sorcerer loomed over the glowing crystal of light. "You cannot take what is mine," he hissed. But Lily, holding the enchanted feather, felt a surge of bravery. "Light will always shine brighter than darkness," she declared. The feather shimmered with golden energy. A brilliant burst of light filled the room, causing the sorcerer to shrink into a harmless shadow. With the crystal of light safely back in place, the land flourished once more. Orlin, Flare, and Finn cheered as the world glowed with warmth and joy. "You are a true hero, Lily," Orlin hooted proudly. As a final gift, the golden feather glowed again and gently carried Lily back home. She found herself in her backyard, holding the shimmering feather. Though her adventure had ended, she knew in her heart that magic would always be a part of her. And from that day on, whenever Lily saw a golden feather, she smiled, wondering what new adventures awaited her next. Ben and Mia were best friends who loved exploring the old oak forest near their village. One day, while playing near a giant tree, Mia tripped over something hard. "Ow! What was that?" she said, rubbing her knee. Ben brushed away the dirt and gasped, "Mia, it's a trapdoor!" Excited, they pulled it open and found a dark tunnel leading underground. "Are you ready?" Ben asked, his eyes sparkling. Mia gulped, "Only if you are." With their flashlights in hand, they climbed down a wooden ladder into the tunnel. The air smelled musty, and the walls were covered in strange symbols. "This must be ancient," Mia whispered. As they walked further, they heard a creak. The door behind them shut tight. "We're trapped," Ben said. "Look," Mia pointed ahead. A dim light flickered at the end of the tunnel. They ran towards it and found an old wooden chest. Ben lifted the lid carefully, and inside they found gold coins and a map. Mia gasped. The map showed another way out. Following it, they crawled through a narrow passage and finally emerged behind a waterfall. "We discovered a real treasure," Ben cheered. Mia grinned. "And a secret adventure." They decided to return the treasure to the village museum, becoming local heroes. But they knew one thing for sure. This was only the beginning of their adventures.
When the stars shine bright and the world is fast asleep, something magical happens. High above the rooftops, hidden behind moonlight and dreams, a secret place appears. The Moonlight Market. Not many people know about it, but tonight, a boy named Theo is about to find it. Theo was a quiet boy with messy hair and round glasses. He loved reading books and learning strange facts. Late one night, he stayed up in bed with a flashlight, reading about a magical market that only appears when the moon hits the clock tower just right. Suddenly, bong, bong, bong. The clock struck midnight. A bright beam of moonlight shone through Theo's window. It hit his floor, and a swirling tunnel of stars appeared. Theo stared at it with wide eyes. Then he smiled and whispered, "Here goes nothing." And he jumped right in. The tunnel carried Theo through sparkling skies and silver clouds. He landed on a glowing street full of colorful stalls and floating lanterns. He had arrived at the Moonlight Market, There were jelly bean comets zooming by, raccoons in hats selling enchanted socks, and an owl witch offering mystery eggs that might hatch a dragon. It was strange and exciting, and Theo loved it. He wandered through the glowing market, amazed by everything, until he noticed a dark stall at the very end. There, sitting quietly, was a girl with silvery hair, trying to fix a broken lantern. Her name was Nova. She was the lantern keeper, the one who lit the sky lanterns that kept the whole market floating. But something was wrong. The most important lantern, the star flame, had gone out, and without it, the market might fall from the sky. Nova looked worried. Theo stepped closer and said, "Maybe I can help?" Nova looked surprised. "You're not from here," she said. Theo smiled. "Maybe that's why I can help," he said. "Sometimes a new spark is all you need." Nova thought for a moment and then nodded. Together, they went on a journey. They tiptoed past glowing creatures, slid through a tunnel of stardust, and climbed all the way to the hill of echoing wishes. At the very top, they saw it, a single glowing flower, called the Star Glimmer. But it wasn't alone. Right beside it, snoring loudly, was a giant puff of fog with eyes and slippers. His name was Fuzzle, the fog monster. Fuzzle opened one sleepy eye. "Who dares tickle my toes?" he yawned. Theo and Nova explained they needed the flower to save the market. Fuzzle stretched and said, I'll let you have it, if you can solve my riddle." Then he said, "I twinkle, but I'm not a toy. I sleep by day and bring you joy. I light your way when night is near. I hide at dawn, then disappear." Theo thought hard, and then his eyes lit up. "A star," he said. Fuzzle grinned. "Correct. Take the flower and have a cookie too." Back at the market, Nova placed the glowing flower inside the star flame lantern, and in an instant, whoosh, it burst back to life. Golden light filled the sky. Lanterns all across the market flickered on again. The stalls lit up and everyone cheered. "The light is back!" cried Whizzle the cat. "Theo saved the market!" hooted Minka, the owl witch. Theo laughed as the market floated even higher into the sky. Nova smiled and said, "You're always welcome here, Theo. Just follow the moonlight." Theo beamed. "Best night ever," he said. A moment later, the portal reappeared. Theo stepped through and landed softly back in his room. The stars outside were fading. The sky was turning pink. Morning had come. Theo climbed into bed with a sleepy smile. And next to his pillow, glowing softly, was a tiny lantern charm, a gift from Nova. He placed it on his shelf, beside a jar of stardust, just in case the moonlight market ever opened again. Because sometimes, if you follow the moonlight, magic will
In
find
the
you.
quiet town of Willowbrook, there lived two best friends. Mira, a clever girl with a love for books, and Juno, a playful boy who loved animals and exploring. Every day after school, they'd run off into the woods behind their village, always pretending to be adventurers. One warm afternoon, while chasing butterflies, they stumbled upon a place they had never seen before. Windberry Grove. It was hidden behind a curtain of ivy and sparkling like it was touched by moonlight, even in the sun. In the center of the grove was a tiny glowing tree, no taller than Mira. On its branches were fruit that shimmered like stars. Suddenly, a breeze swirled around them, and a gentle voice whispered, "Only those with true hearts may enter." Before they could ask what that meant, a small creature fluttered down from the tree. It looked like a cross between a rabbit and a hummingbird. "I'm Tilo, guardian of the grove," it said, "and you two must be the ones I've been waiting for." Mira and Juno exchanged excited glances. "Waiting for us?" Juno asked. Tilo nodded gravely. "The magic of Windberry Grove is fading. The windberries, the glowing fruit, are the heart of this place. But a shadow has crept in and stolen the songstone, the crystal that keeps the magic alive." He explained that without the songstone, the grove would vanish forever. "We'll help you," Mira said without hesitation. Tilo smiled. "Then your quest begins. But beware, the shadow lives in the whispering thicket, and only those with strong friendship can find their way through. The three of them set off, deeper into the magical forest, where the trees whispered riddles and the ground shifted beneath their feet. At one point, they found themselves in a clearing with three paths. One led to golden light, another to dancing shadows, and the third was filled with fog. Juno wanted to take the bright path, but Mira pointed out the foggy trail matched a riddle whispered by the trees. Where light is lost but hearts are clear, the songstone waits, the path is near. Together, they chose the fog path. As they walked, the fog grew thick and heavy. Mira tripped and Juno helped her up, laughing to ease her fear. They sang songs to stay brave, and the more they laughed and held hands, the clearer the path became. Eventually, they reached the heart of the whispering thicket, where a tall, dark figure loomed, the Shadow Warden, made of twisting mist and glowing eyes. "You shall not take the songstone," it roared. Mira stepped forward. "We don't want to steal it. We want to save the grove," Juno added. "Magic should be shared, not kept in darkness." The warden paused. "Friendship, such light is rare." Then something amazing happened. The fog around the warden began to melt, revealing a gentle, sad creature. "Long ago, I was the guardian here, but I forgot what made the magic strong. I forgot how to be a friend." With kind smiles, Mira and Juno approached, offering the warden their hands. "You can remember again." Moved by their kindness, the warden handed over the glowing songstone, and the forest lit up with radiant light. Tilo cheered and flew in circles. Back at Windberry Grove, they placed the songstone beneath the glowing tree. The windberries burst with color, and new magic flowed through the branches, even reaching beyond the grove. "Thank you," Tilo said, eyes sparkling. "The grove is safe because of your hearts." As a reward, Mira and Juno were given a tiny windberry each. "As long as you have this, the grove will always welcome you," Tilo said. From that day on, the two friends knew that no matter where life took them, they shared something magical. And whenever the wind whispered through the trees, they could almost hear Tilo giggling in the breeze.
Timmy loved exploring the forest near his home, but one day he heard something unusual. Timmy hears a soft voice and looks around, surprised. Timmy, who said that? A big tree wiggles its branches. Talking tree. It's me, the great old tree. But oh, I am so sad. Timmy steps closer, eyes wide with curiosity. Timmy, why are you sad, Mr. Tree? Talking tree, my animal friends are leaving. The river is drying up and my roots feel weak. Timmy, don't worry, I'll help. Timmy runs home and gathers his friends. They bring buckets of water, plant new saplings, and clean up the trash in the forest. Happy birds chirp, squirrels hop around. Talking tree, thank you, Timmy. You saved the forest. Timmy, smiling. We all did it together.